In the heart of Georgetown, Washington, D.C., where historic brick row houses lined cobblestone streets and the Potomac River whispered secrets to the autumn wind, Naomi Harper lived what many envied as the perfect life. At 52, she was a sharp-eyed financial analyst for a prestigious consulting firm, her days filled with spreadsheets and strategy sessions. Her husband, Ethan Brooks, 54, was a rising executive at a tech startup, charming and ambitious, with a smile that could seal deals over cocktails. They had met in college at Georgetown University, back when the world felt full of promise. Naomi, with her curly auburn hair and infectious laugh, was studying economics. Ethan, tall and confident, was majoring in business. Their first date was a picnic by the river, where they dreamed of building a life together, kids, a home, adventures. "We'll have it all, Naomi," Ethan had said that day, his eyes sparkling. "A family, travels, the works. You and me against the world." But life had other plans. After years of trying, no children came. Doctors shrugged, fate, it seemed, had denied them that joy. "It's okay," Naomi had reassured him during one tearful night. "We have each other. That's enough." They poured their energy into careers instead, traveling to Europe, buying a stunning condo overlooking the C&O Canal. It was a gift from Naomi's parents, a wedding present that symbolized their faith in her future. 25 years later, as their silver anniversary approached, Naomi sensed a shift. Ethan had always been attentive, but lately, his affection felt scripted. Late-night phone calls, hushed whispers behind closed doors. One October evening, as rain pattered against the windows, Naomi lay awake in their king-sized bed. Ethan slipped out to the hallway, his voice low but excited. "Yeah, Mom, it's all set," he murmured. "She won't see it coming. Just make sure the lawyer's on board." Naomi's heart raced. His mother, Vivian Brooks, had never warmed to her. Vivian, a retired socialite from Virginia, always hinted that Naomi wasn't grandchild material, as if their childless marriage was Naomi's fault. But plotting. Naomi pretended to sleep as Ethan returned, his body tense beside her. The next morning, over coffee in their sunlit kitchen, Ethan was overly cheerful. "Darling, let's plan the anniversary bash. Watergate Hotel, black tie, the works." "I want it perfect." Naomi arched an eyebrow. In 25 years, she'd organized every event. Ethan usually complained about costs. "What's gotten into you? You've never been this excited about our celebrations before." He kissed her cheek, smelling of a new cologne, spicy, unfamiliar. "Just want to celebrate us properly. After all, 25 years deserves something grand, don't you think?" As he left for work, his phone buzzed on the counter. A notification, "Meet S at noon." Naomi's curiosity burned. She glanced at his contacts, S for Sierra. "Who's S?" she asked casually as he grabbed his keys. He spun around, panic flickering in his eyes before he masked it. "Oh, just Sam from sales. Work stuff, nothing exciting." But his eye twitched, a telltale sign of lies she'd learned over decades. That afternoon, Vivian arrived unannounced, her pearl necklace gleaming under the chandelier. "Naomi, dear," she cooed, air-kissing her cheeks. "Excited for the party?" "I've been thinking about the future. Ethan isn't young forever. No grandkids, perhaps a will for my nephews." Naomi's stomach twisted. "We have no children, Vivian." "What grandchildren are you talking about?" Vivian waved dismissively. "Oh, you know, just planning ahead. Life's unpredictable. And that condo, where are the papers?" "For the boys' sake. My nephews could use a secure future." "The condo." Naomi's parents had gifted it to her alone, before adding Ethan's name months later. It was her premarital asset, but Ethan treated it as his kingdom. "Why the sudden interest in our paperwork, Vivian?" Naomi asked, forcing a polite smile. "Just being practical, dear." "You never know," Vivian replied with a frigid grin before excusing herself. After Vivian left, Naomi rifled through Ethan's desk. His computer password had changed, to their anniversary date, reversed. Browser history revealed searches, divorce asset division, how to keep marital home, spousal rights in DC. Her world tilted. Then, a call from her friend Lila. "Naomi, you won't believe this. I saw Ethan at a jewelry store in Tyson's Corner with a young blonde. They were cozy. looking at rings, hugging like teenagers. What did she look like? Naomi whispered, her voice steady despite the knot in her chest. About 30, blonde, designer coat, all polished. Superficial vibe, though. Are you okay? I'm fine, Naomi lied. Thanks for telling me. That night, Ethan brought roses. For my forever love, he said, pulling her into a hug. Forever, huh? Naomi replied, looking him in the eye. That's sweet. Tell me, Ethan, what's really going on? You've been acting strange. He laughed it off. Strange? Nah, just stressed at work. Let's not ruin the mood before the big day. Naomi couldn't sleep. She paced the condo, its high ceilings and hardwood floors echoing her isolation. The next day, while Ethan was at a meeting, she checked his phone, unlocked with a guess, March 8th, Women's Day. Probably the blonde's birthday. Texts flooded in, Sierra, baby, soon we'll have the condo. Mom's handling the lawyer. Naomi suspects nothing. Sierra, can't wait, D, tired of hiding. New Year's in our place. Naomi copied everything, her pulse thundering. They planned to humiliate her at the party, force a waiver. Even Vivian was in on it. Son, after the speech, she'll sign or lose face. Ethan, what have you done? Naomi muttered to herself, tears stinging her eyes. She called her old friend, attorney Maya Ruiz. Maya, hypothetically, if a husband plots divorce, what should she do? Maya saw through it immediately. Naomi, is this about you? Spill it. Meet me downtown. In Maya's sleek office overlooking the Capitol, Naomi confessed everything. The condo's premarital, parents' gift. Maya nodded, jotting notes. Gather evidence. Secure funds. Play dumb till D-Day. You got this, girl. Don't let them break you. Naomi visited their old real estate lawyer, Mr. Ellis. Mr. Ellis, can you confirm the deed on our condo? He pulled files, adjusting his glasses. Ah, yes, Naomi. Gifted to you solo by your parents. Ethan's addition was post-marriage. In a divorce, it's yours if no major joint investments were made. Thank God, Naomi breathed. Can you prepare a document confirming that? Of course. Pick it up tomorrow. Relief washed over her. But more came, a letter from Germany. Her Aunt Eliza, childless and wealthy, had died, leaving Naomi everything. A Munich apartment, $800,000, Miami Beach condo, $1.2 million, and $750,000 in accounts. Over $2.75 million. Naomi hadn't told Ethan, it was her anniversary surprise. Now, it was her lifeline. She transferred half their joint savings to a personal account, researched inheritance laws. Ethan came home reeking of perfume. Neighbors, he lied when she asked. Really? It smells expensive, Naomi said, testing him. Ah, yeah, must be. How was your day? He deflected. Vivian dropped by with a card for Hayes Law, divorce specialists. Just in case, dear. You never know what life throws at you. Naomi took it, her voice icy. How thoughtful, Vivian. Planning for my future already. Vivian smiled sweetly. Always looking out for family. As the party neared, Ethan rehearsed speeches in his study. Naomi eavesdropped. Friends, 25 years was a mistake. I deserve happiness with someone new. Sierra would attend as his assistant. The party cost $50,000, from their savings. Ethan, $50,000. That's extravagant, Naomi said over dinner. Don't worry, love. It's worth it to show everyone how happy we are, he replied, his smile not reaching his eyes. Naomi prepared her folder, deed proof, inheritance docs, screenshots. She warned her boss, Mr. Lang, personal storm coming. Divorce, probably. He leaned back. Naomi, you're solid. Job safe. What happened? You two seemed perfect. Seems being the key word, she sighed. Just promise me support if things get messy. You got it. Best analyst we've got. At the German consulate, she finalized the inheritance. The consul reviewed papers. Everything in order, Mrs. Harper. Accounts unlock in a week. Miami condo is yours now. Thank you, Naomi said, clutching the docks. This changes everything. She was now a millionaire, independent. Outside the Watergate, she spotted Sierra, blonde, smug, on the phone. "D, the ballroom's perfect. Soon, our condo." Naomi approached. "Excuse me, manager's office." Sierra turned, eyeing her disdainfully. "No idea. Beat it. D, some nosy lady's bugging me." Naomi smiled inwardly. "Thanks anyway." Tomorrow, this lady would shatter their world. The anniversary dawned crisp and clear. Ethan adjusted his tuxedo in front of the mirror. "Today changes everything, Naomi." She smoothed her sapphire gown. "Changes? What do you mean?" "You'll see." "Big surprises," he said, winking awkwardly. "Did you ever love me, Ethan?" "Truly," she asked, her voice soft. He froze, tie in hand. "What a question on our big day." "Of course I did, do." "In my way." "In your way," she echoed, turning away. The Watergate ballroom glittered, crystal chandeliers, white orchids, 120 guests buzzing. Naomi accepted congratulations gracefully. "You two are goals," a co-worker gushed. "Thanks," Naomi replied. "It's been interesting." Sierra lurked in a red dress, flirting with Ethan's colleagues. Vivian beamed, whispering to Ethan, "Rehearsed your speech?" He nodded. "Word for word, Mom." "This ends tonight." The MC announced, "Ethan has words for his wife." Ethan took the mic, voice steady. "Friends, thank you for joining us. 25 years is monumental. But I've reflected deeply. People change. What felt right when we were young, well, it was a mistake." Gasps rippled through the room. "Ethan, what are you saying?" Naomi whispered, feigning shock. "The truth, Naomi," he said, turning to her. "Our marriage ends tonight. I'm filing for divorce. Fair division, the condo goes to me. I deserve real joy, with someone who gets me." He glanced at Sierra, who smirked victoriously. Outrage erupted. "You're insane," a guest yelled. "Monster. How could you?" another shouted. Naomi stood calmly, taking the mic from his hand. "Thank you, Ethan. You're right, truth time indeed." He paled. "Naomi, wait." "No, you wait," she said firmly. "I knew for weeks. About Sierra over there, about lawyer Hayes lurking in the corner, about your plots with Vivian to force me to waive my rights." Hayes slunk toward the exit, but guests blocked him. "Hey, where you going, buddy?" "The condo's mine, premarital gift from my parents." "Proof right here," Naomi continued, waving the folder. "That can't be." Ethan stammered. "We both own it." "Wrong," she shot back. "And my aunt's inheritance, Munich property, Miami condo, millions in cash." "What division are you talking about?" "You'll get half the cabin and car." "That's it." Silence fell, then murmurs grew. "You spent $50,000 to humiliate me publicly." Naomi added. "From our joint savings, no less." Guests roared. "Scoundrel. Get out." Sierra blanched, approaching Ethan. "D, what the hell? You promised the condo, the life." "Not now, Sierra," he hissed. Vivian rushed over. "Ethan, fix this." "Naomi, dear, let's talk privately." "No, Vivian," Naomi interrupted. "You called me dear while plotting behind my back. We're done." Naomi exited amid the chaos. Through the windows, she saw Ethan's empire crumble. Mr. Lang cornered Ethan. "Brooks, this is disgusting. Expect a performance review Monday. Your position in jeopardy." "But sir, it's personal." Ethan pleaded. "Personal? You made it public." Lang retorted. Sierra screamed at Ethan, "You promised riches. Loans on shared assets, $30K for jewelry, trips with me. And now? Nothing." Vivian gasped. "Loans? Ethan, I mortgaged my house for your lawyer fees. What have you done?" "Mom, I can explain," he stammered. Hayes had fled, but guests filmed everything, Silver Betrayal trending now. Naomi breathed the cool night air, freedom washing over her. It's over, she whispered to herself. The divorce hearing was swift. In the sterile courtroom, the judge, a stern woman in her 60s, reviewed documents. The condo is confirmed as Mrs. Harper's separate premarital property, not subject to division. Ethan's new lawyer, a harried public defender, objected weakly. Your Honor, my client invested in maintenance. Denied, the judge cut in. No evidence of significant joint contributions. Debts incurred by Mr. Brooks, $30K in loans, are his sole responsibility, as they weren't for marital benefit. Ethan slumped. Naomi, please, he whispered across the aisle. Can we settle out of court? She met his gaze coolly. You had your chance. This is fair. The gavel struck. Marriage dissolved. No alimony, given no children and equal earning potential. Outside the courthouse, Ethan approached her on the steps. Naomi, wait. Forgive me. I was a fool, greedy. You didn't deserve any of this. She turned, wind whipping her hair. Forgive? After humiliating me in front of everyone. No, Ethan. We are different people. You chased easy thrills at my expense. I fought for what's mine. Could we stay friends? See each other sometimes, he asked, voice breaking. No, she replied firmly. Go your way. I wish you well, but from afar. She walked to her new Audi, bought with inheritance funds, and drove away without looking back. Naomi sold the DC condo for $1.8 million, moved to the Miami Beach property. Ocean views, palm trees swaying, an oasis. With her fortune, she quit her job, opened Harper's Haven, a cozy bookstore specializing in women's literature and empowerment tales. On her last day, Mr. Lang shook her hand. Naomi, we'll miss you. Reconsider. Thanks, but no, she smiled. This is my passion now. Books that inspire strength. After that circus with Ethan, you're a role model here. Women in the office talk about you, how you turned betrayal into triumph. In Miami, Naomi bloomed. Yoga on the beach, new friends, book clubs. Maya visited one evening, sipping wine on the balcony. Feel avenged yet? Naomi laughed. Not avenged, empowered. I defended my rights. Truth won. Do you regret the 25 years? Maya asked. No, Naomi said thoughtfully. They taught me self-reliance. Honesty above all. Ethan lost his job, the viral video sealed it. His boss called him in, Brooks, this scandal. We can't have it. Clean out your desk. But I'm a top performer. Ethan protested. Reputation matters more. Good luck out there. Finding work was tough, everyone recognized him from #Silver Betrayal. He ended up driving Uber, living with Vivian in a cramped one-bedroom after she sold her mansion to cover debts. Why didn't you listen? Vivian lamented one night, staring at peeling wallpaper. That Sierra ruined us. It's my fault, Mom, he admitted. Too late for regrets. Sierra married a rich restaurateur 2 months later, posting wedding photos, #blessed life. Finally found true love, the caption read. Ethan saw it and muttered, she got what she wanted. Just not with me. A year later, he mailed Naomi a letter. Naomi, I don't know if you'll read this. You were the best thing in my life. I lost you to foolishness and greed. No forgiveness asked, I don't deserve it. Just know you deserve the world. Be happy. Ethan. She read it, filed it away. No anger, no sadness, just closure. On her terrace, coffee in hand, Miami's lights twinkling, she felt alive. Her store thrived, hosting events. At one, a young customer approached. Ms. Harper, your story inspires me. My mom was at your anniversary, she works with your ex-boss. Said there are few women like you. Naomi smiled. I'm not special. I just refuse to be a victim. What about you? What's your story? The girl beamed. Starting my own business. Thanks to tales like yours. As waves crashed below, Naomi knew, betrayal was her catalyst. She was free, fulfilled, unbreakable. One evening, an old college friend called. Naomi, heard about Ethan. Driving cabs now. Karma, huh? Maybe, she replied. But I don't dwell. Life's too short. Utter girl. Proud of you. Hanging up, Naomi whispered to the sea, here's to new beginnings.